This is my first ever audio. I hope you enjoy. As a reminder, this is an Animatronic listener ex Monty audio. And one more thing, if you do enjoy this, please leave a like. If you don't, then dislike. Also, if you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments down below. Thank you. Now let's begin. It was a normal day. Kids were laughing, the parents were relaxing, and Monty was doing a show. All in all, everything was fine. That was until Monty came thumping down, scaring away the kids that were climbing on top of you. "Hey, Splash!" the Monty shouted at you, stopping at the water's edge. Your design allowed kids of all shapes and sizes to basically use you as a giant floaty. To do this, your shell needed to be waterproof and light, so as expensive as it was, they did it. "What?" you roared back, getting out of the small pool designed for small toddlers and infants. Monty walked closer to you while you dried yourself off. When Monty came closer, you realized his faceplates were shifted into a worried expression. "What, Monty?" you asked boredly, setting your giant towel down on the beach beside you. "It's near closing time," he said nervously, looking down at his hands. "So, it's Thursday. Are you really worried about the big show that much tomorrow?" You said, your own faceplates turning into a smirking grin. "No!" he shouted at you once more, this time angrily. "It's different." He sighed before continuing. "The kid's missing." "What?" you roared, lashing your tail. "Let me finish," he replied, putting his hands up in an offensive way. "He was last spotted here, so it's our job to look for him and get him back to his parents before closing time," he finally finished. "Then let's go get him," you growled, turning on your heel. "Which areas was he last seen in and how old is he?" you asked Monty as he began walking towards the kiddie pool. "They said he's about 8 or so, but he's super curious, so he wandered off while the parents were turned around," he said back as you turned sharply right away from the lazy river. He slowed down as you came to a thin bridge over the giant river itself. The bridge wasn't small for people, or you, but for Monty, it was. He stopped short when he got to the base of the bridge. "Monty, come on, you big baby," you barked. I can't," he said back, staring at the cold water below him. By now, people had started to pack up and leave if they had not left already. "Monty, if we don't find the kid now, then we'll have to dump him with Sun and Moon in the daycare. You know how they are." You sighed when he didn't budge. "Fine, you leave me no choice." You crossed back over the river's bridge and practically threw him onto your back. What are you doing, Splash?" Monty asked, his voice quivering slightly as he clung to your back. You argued with him as you crossed the bridge with ease. "There, now get off me," you growled, annoyed that he clung to you like an infant. Just then, when he got off your back, you heard laughing and splashing in the distance. Your ears twitched. You knew Monty couldn't hear it, which was why when he tried to keep talking, he was surprised and a tad bit angry when you put an animatronic paw over his mouth. When you realized that your ears were twitching, he quickly shut up. You took off fast, walking in the direction of the noise, leaving poor Monty there confused as to what was happening. As you approached the deep pool of water, you saw now that the small child crawled into your fellow animatronic's chest cavity. "Freddy!" you roared, stomping over to him. Splash!" he started, but before he could get another word, you violently ripped open his chest cavity, revealing the small child inside. He made a noise of unknown origin when you opened his chest cavity, revealing the child. The kid, apparently known as Gregory, looked frightened before jumping into your arms. "Freddy, why on earth would you try to keep a little kid here after closing time?" you roared. Slightly ironic that you roared instead of shouting. Animatronic, since your design was like a lion. You clutched the small child close to you before stuffing Freddy into a lifesaver, making him not able to work his arms. You pulled Freddy along back towards the entrance of your attraction, Tumbling Falls, where Gregory's parents stood waiting for him, worried expressions painted all over their faces. You gave Freddy to Monty as you would deal with them later. I think I found a lost little cub, you said as sweetly as robotically possible to the parents. They leaped into a warm embrace, hugging their kid tightly. Thank you, the mother mouthed, holding Gregory in her grasp, while the father turned in their towels, thanking the guard on duty. You simply nodded in response, watching as they left. After you were sure that they left, you turned around towards your room. The room itself was quite large, with a water theme covering the walls and the high ceiling. The floors were different, however, since due to you being able to swim, you had a small pool of your own, with a rocky outcropping. When you entered, you realized Freddy was gone. Whatever, you thought. I'll deal with him later tonight. As you looked around, you saw Monty busy trying to figure out how to read your books that were on the table next to your pool. Monty? You said, confused as to what on earth he was doing. You wrapped a tail around his as you took the book from his hands. Monty, what are you trying to do? You asked, setting the book back down on the stand as he turned to face you. He paused. I wanted to try something that one of the night guards suggested. He finished, embarrassed. And what's that? You asked, your face is getting closer. He suggested that I... You stopped talking when your faces met, giving him a long, sweet kiss. Your tails tightened as you continued. When your faces broke apart, he spoke. Why did you do that? You didn't answer, simply powering down. Splash! Splash! He started, shouting, shaking your shoulders. You simply said one last thing before shutting off. Love ya, you big baby. That was the end. And as always, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.